Welcome to Nate's Trucks. I'm Nate, and this is an informal video introducing myself and my new YouTube channel and everything that's in the garage to you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in here to Nate's Trucks. I'm assuming that if you're watching this video, you're a family or friend or a current subscriber of my other YouTube channel, Evo Auto, Enhancing Your Vehicle Ownership. I'm creator and operator of that channel. We're currently at 636 subscribers on there. So if you're a subscriber on that channel, thank you so much. I hope you'll become a subscriber of this channel. I love you guys. I really appreciate the support. And this channel, you know, in the name obviously is going to be dedicated to pure truck content. In today's video, I'm going to introduce you to the trucks in the order from the newest to the oldest, longest standing in the garage, and just kind of a brief update or a brief overview of each truck. I will be uploading a complete story of each truck and a complete review of each one in the future, so make sure you hit the big red button below and subscribe to the channel right now because you don't want to miss out on the truck content that I'm going to have out every week for you guys. Behind me is my 2008 F250 Superduty XL. This is the newest addition to the garage, and this truck is actually in really rough shape. I overpaid for this high mileage, really beat up, really poor condition example of a pickup because we needed another work truck. I've been putting a lot of miles on and a lot of use on some of my other nicer pickups that I no longer want to use for work. So this is the replacement for my my nice truck that I've been using as a work pickup because I didn't have anything else. Now this truck is the one that we get to take out and not really beat up, but gets to be used as a work pickup, which inevitably does get beat up a little bit more than just your daily driver. If you are familiar with Ford, you know that the Superduty XL is a gas-powered pickup, but it's also powered by the small 5.4 liter Triton, which in 2008 they still made the 2-valve. I think I have a 3-valve in here, and this truck has 202,000 miles on it. I've put under 1,000 miles on it so far. I've had it for I think 3 weeks now, and it seems like it's going to be a decent pickup. I have had to do a few minor things to it just to keep it running and get it into decent running shape. This truck was actually a state-owned pickup. It was owned by the irrigation district of a neighboring town. So as you can imagine, the truck has a lot of hours on it. It has a lot of wear and tear because being a crew truck, they just didn't take as good of care of it as they should have, and it has a lot of miles. However, it also means that this truck was kept in a garage for its whole life, and it was meticulously maintained, which is a very good thing when it comes to using it as a work pickup with a lot of miles on it for us. Alright, so the Ford Super Duty XL really is a pretty basic work pickup. I mean, it was spec'd as a work pickup when they bought it. I have the original sticker in it. When the irrigation district bought this, they paid $22,000. I didn't pay anywhere near that. If you do want to know what I paid for this truck, I'm going to have a video coming out very soon, so hit the subscribe button right now so you don't miss that. But we have roll down windows, we have a solid bench seat that has a big tear in it, and no luxuries whatsoever besides radio and air conditioning and a heater that all work very well. Everything is manual though. Even the hubs, this is a 2008, even the hubs are manual for 4-wheel drive, but I still really like this pickup. It's got the extended cab with the 4 doors, and it's really tall off the ground, which is good for construction sites and whatnot along the road when we're out doing fiber and that sort of thing. So that's my 2008 F250. And this is my 2002 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD. This has the 6.6 liter Duramax diesel motor in it, and not only is this a work pickup, but this is also a dream pickup, something that I have always dreamed of owning, and I still cannot believe that we have one in the garage. I recently released, or I'm going to release, an update video on my other YouTube channel. If you are not a current subscriber of that one, you may want to click the link in the description below and go check that out. But in that video I recently said that I was going to be selling this. Now I kind of have some doubts as to whether or not I should be selling this, because this was purchased as our heavy hauler for work. We've towed several trailers from here to Idaho and Idaho to here, and we tow one of our biggest trailers with our heaviest machines on it that can't really be towed by anything else. And I'm not sure if we're going to be selling it or not, but I am going to have more videos coming out in the truck, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. This is a really cool one. Yes, it's the LB7, which if you know your Duramax engines, it's not the best. It's not the LBZ. They did have some problems with the LB7, not as much as with the LLY, but it's still a really cool diesel truck that I really enjoyed owning. We put over 10,000 miles on this truck, and we've owned it less than a year. I think we're going on like 7-8 months with it. Yeah, actually, yeah, 7-8 months with it, 10,000 miles in that time, and it has performed amazing. It has a little bit of a trans-cooler line leak right now that I have to address with it, but it's got 182,000 miles, and it runs like a champ, and it's really a nice truck inside and out. I hate using it as a work pickup. There are no tools that come in and out of this truck. I had the bed cover, the bed topper blow off on me on a long road trip through Montana, as you do. You almost get blown off the highway out there all the time. And yeah, it's a work pickup, but the only thing that this does is tow trailers. It gets from point A to point B, and then it gets parked, unloaded, offloaded. No tools, nothing inside and out of this, just trailer, towing, heavy hauler, and it gets driven an awful lot as our runaround delivery pickup truck. So, super cool vehicle to own. I absolutely love this. If I ever become unself-employed or not self-employed, I may want to keep this in the garage as my daily driver, but it is a huge, massive truck, crew cab, long bed, and that huge diesel motor, which is like way more efficient than even the 5.3 that they put in some of the gas pickups. So I don't know if we're going to be selling it or not. If we sell it though, I'll make sure I keep you guys updated, and of course we'll have to have kind of a replacement for it because my little F250 Superduty doesn't quite cut it. I do want to say, however, that my dad has the exact same truck in the gas motor. It's got the 7.4 454. It's a little bit older, it's a 97. So I want to do some videos in the future comparing my 02 diesel to his 97 gasser. Kind of a cool, fun upcoming thing that I have on the channel, so subscribe right now because you don't want to miss that. And then behind me is my personal pickup, the one that I have owned the longest, in fact the vehicle that I've ever owned the longest, kind of my first vehicle that I've owned myself. I've owned this truck for 4 years. It's my 2004 F150 Fx4, and I'm sure that many of you truck enthusiasts cringe when I say that. These are very nice pickups, but yes, it is the dreaded first gen 5.4 liter Triton 3 valve that I have crossed my fingers, and I really don't want to say this out loud or on video, but I have never had problems with this truck. It has a lot of problems, but I have never personally had problems with it. I replaced an alternator once in 4 years, and that's all I've ever done to it besides regular maintenance. I did put updated spark plugs in it, and I've done my regular oil changes, my belt. I've replaced a few idler pulleys here and there. But relatively, this has been a super reliable truck, and many of you are probably thinking, well, it probably only has like 100,000 miles. It's got 197,000 miles. I bought it at like 150 somewhere, so I put like 50,000 miles on this vehicle, and I love it. It's still probably my favorite truck in the garage. It's a close second or first to the LB7, but it's definitely a favorite. We've been using it as a work truck since we moved back to Wyoming to do small-time construction. It's pulled trailers, it's had some tools in and out of it, and it has got quite a bit of wear and tear put on it in the last year and a half from using it as a work pickup. So recently, getting the F250, I completely detailed this truck, cleaned her out, shampooed everything. Like, it looks brand new on the inside, and here it sits. I haven't driven this thing in like a month, and I feel kind of bad for it. I also filmed my first YouTube video ever in this pickup. Please do not go to the other channel and watch it. It's still on there. I leave it up to this day just because it's a piece of history, a part of my legacy, I guess, on YouTube. It's so embarrassing though, but this is the pickup that inspired it all. I think 3 or 4 years ago I thought I should do automotive YouTube, and I will feature this truck and I'll do a ton of cool videos on this pickup. And even though it's been my inspiration to do YouTube, I really have maybe 1 or 2 videos on this truck, and it is my least featured vehicle that I've ever owned on YouTube. So that's gonna change with this YouTube channel. I'm making a promise to you, and I'm making a promise to myself. I'm gonna start featuring my 04 Fx4 here on Nate's trucks as we do, you know, maybe a few modifications here and there, as we clean it up and fix it up a little bit, because it is getting to be an older truck. It's got a lot of issues here and there that need addressed just to make it seem newer and feel newer again. And man, that dreaded 5.4 Triton, we're going to talk about a lot in the future. So subscribe to the video. If you're thinking about buying one of these, especially like 2004, 2005, simply don't. I'll talk about that in that video. But for now, in the description, I'll link the Car Wizards video on the 5.4 Triton, because you really don't want one of these. I luckily have had a really good experience owning this truck. It's still one of my favorite, and if I was smart, I would sell it. I'm not smart though, guys. So I'm probably not going to be selling this truck. I could be, I don't know. It just sits here in the garage. We're going to drive it a lot more, obviously, in the winter time from here to Idaho when we go visit my wife's family. And for now in the summer, it really doesn't get driven all that much, here and there occasionally. But it's kind of my daily driver, our nice pickup, our road tripper. It's the one that we set apart from work and from everything else, so it stays like pristinely clean in the interior. This is the truck that inspired it all. This is the one that I want to continue to feature on the channel before I do something rash and get smart and end up selling it. Alright guys, so here's the deal. I have a lot of trucks, and I have access to a lot of trucks because of my line of work. I recently left a civil construction job in Idaho Falls that I took after graduating college to come out here and partner up with my dad in his landscape construction company. He had a huge fiber project that kind of hit at the end of last year. The fiber company contracted him out to help lay some fiber drops or fiber conduit from people's houses out to the main fiber line to the road. So he called me in, he said, hey, come home, help me out with this, because as you guys know, things are really crazy right now, and it's like impossible to find good help, or impossible to hire people, impossible, you know, to just get any good workers, if you can get any workers at all. And it's kind of been a real struggle for him and a real struggle for me since I've been here in the last year and a half. We really lucked out this summer by finding a really good crew, but that's kind of where we're at. So we come back here to Wyoming from Idaho, and now we're working in small-time construction. So because I'm a partner and I own part of the company, I ended up having to contribute, you know, quite a bit more than just show up every day and do work. I had to purchase a couple of trucks and some trailers and just some different stuff like that. So that's kind of why I wanted to start this YouTube channel while I have access to a lot of trucks, a lot of truck content that I can make for you guys. Because in the future I may go back to just owning, you know, one truck, or I may, you know, before I only owned one truck, so I didn't really have access to a lot of that, or we may move away to where I don't have access to my dad's trucks and his company. So these are kind of the 3 main trucks that I'm going to be featuring on the channel here, but I also have access to a lot of other vehicles. I grew up farming, so we have a lot of old farm trucks laying around. On my other channel, I've done quite a few videos on an old F600 feed truck. We've got some old 80 F150s. My dad has a 97 F250. 97 Chevy, 94 Chevy, 92 Chevy, a couple of Suburbans in there, a Yukon, and just yeah, there's plenty of vehicles to make content on. So go ahead and drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys are most excited to see on the channel, what you would like me to film, like what videos do you want me to make for you. Smash like on this video because that's really going to help this channel out to get going. Also subscribe to this channel because I promise content every week. I don't know that I'm going to be keeping to like a super regular upload schedule. Like I can't just say, hey, I'm going to upload on Wednesdays or Saturdays or Sundays, but I am going to upload every week at least one full video and at least one short. This I am committing to you guys and to myself. You may see more content out of this channel than you see out of my other automotive channel. So if you're a subscriber of my other automotive channel and that's not enough content for you, subscribe to this channel right now. And if you stumbled upon this video, subscribe here, hit the link in my description, and go subscribe to my other automotive channel as well. Also, follow me on Instagram, link down below, and I will catch you guys in the next video.
One's a compliment, two's a crowd, three's a party coming, move around like fresh when you